I first became certified for CLS, and then I wrote the OMA Level 1 exam, and they asked me would I like to participate on the OMA committee looking for volunteers, and I said I would like to, but first I want to write the OMA Level 2 exam. So I wrote that one and passed, surprisingly, and then they brought me on full-time as an OMA committee member.
Very nice.
And working on developing new questions for the exams. I passed it because of my experience. With my background, I do a little bit about everything. So in CLS, I knew fluids, I knew greases, I knew seals a little bit. I knew metalworking solvents, metalworking fluids as solvents, a little bit about everything. And I knew some of the people who first set up the original CLS program and talked to them about what they would be looking for. So that one I passed, and then with oil monitoring and analyst, being a lab chemist, you know, a lot of the questions were very easy for me to answer. Your background is the most important for it, and you know, book smarts are nice, but you really have to have the practical experience. On OMA, there's 2 certification levels, and a little bit of confusion about this. The OMA Level 1, it was designed for the operator who might be taking the samples in the field and doing some, you know, follow-up action.
Sure.
And the OMA Level 2, there's some confusion there. It says some people think it's only for the lab analyst, but it's also designed for someone who's going to go out in the field and set up an oil analysis program for a company.
Okay.
So you have to know what equipment you need to sample, you need to know where it's going to be sampled, how often. You need to be able to troubleshoot the responses when they come back to you. So it's a little bit more in-depth knowledge than the OMA Level 1. You know, they're basically the operators who act on information, whereas OMA Level 2 is you basically have to provide that information, what has to be done. At first, when I first got the CLS, there wasn't a lot of publicity about the certification out there in the industry, but slowly people started looking at this when they see it written up in the papers, the journals, and I started going out and talking to customers and even talking to competitors, and they said, oh, you're CLS. And then I started to get some recognition. And then when it was CLS and OMA, okay, you're a little bit more of a jack of all trades. And now they got CLS OMA 1 and OMA 2. Now people are looking at it, and of course the OMA 2 is a very hard exam. There's only 13 of us right now in the whole certification.
Okay.
And of course we have our company meetings, and we always recognize our own employees.